Welcome to Universal Studios Hollywood. For all the latest information on your visit today,
just press each street to like a different town. Each street had its own bank, its own sheriff's station, its own saloon, and its own hotel. One of the more recent big productions to shot in 6 points over the last few years, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, directed by Quentin Tarantino with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt starring. You've seen the film. It's from the portion of the movie where Mr. DiCaprio's character Rick Dalton is guest starring on the television series Manson. As we've exited the Wild Wild West, on our left, you gotta look for a few trees, but a small body of water called Park Lake. Back in 1950.
I talked to you about That's it.
You alright? As you can see, stage 50 is still already seismic activity. Hopefully just a quick trip. Alright. Okay, this could be the big one. Please remain seated and Here's how it was showcased in that same episode.
Ai, eu sou Marina. Você vai comer agora?
Oh, get your phone away! Right there! Oh, eat your phone, mommy!
Allí está el tiburón, el tiburón.
Not too long ago, Little Europe was used extensively for The Good Place. Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. In fact, their signs are still up here on the right. Now, on today's tour, we do have access to Little Europe, so we are going to squeeze in here for a closer look. Kind of wind away right through the middle of it here. As we do that, let's see how it was used in The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead. This location, the background, I have never seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here.
And I'm going to stop it right here for just a second. The yogurt shop that you see on your screens, we're about to pass it by here on the left. It's got the double closed doors there and the fake flowers in the windowsill. That was the yogurt shop.
Place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Yes, they had a good time at The Good Place. Also note about Little Europe, it is where a lot of our famous movie monsters got their big breaks back in the 1930s and 40s. Guys like Frankenstein's monster, Wolfman, and Dracula prowled the streets of Little Europe back in our movie monster heyday.
When you think of Universal, we think of monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera. Classic films. They're just brilliant. That Frankenstein image, Flathead, it's one of the great icons of the world. That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film. I was just mesmerized. Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney. I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me. It's still
Bye, girl. Okay. And as we round the corner from that, we'll find ourselves at a very historic set, the Bates Motel. In the distance is the Psycho House, and these are two of the oldest freestanding sets in all of Hollywood. The Psycho House up on the hill is built at 3/4 scale, so on screen, well, it's going to look farther away than it actually is. It's also what we call a shell structure. Basically, you open up the front door, pretty much just one big wide open space. It really doesn't have any interior rooms. But it would appear that Norman is home today at the Psycho House, looking as fiendish as ever. I would advise not making eye contact. Norman can get a little stabby at times. Just very carefully make our way. Yeah, what's it? I was afraid of that. Yep, still packing the knife. Yeah. Watch out back there. We're passing by, continue on to another fantastic set, crash site from Steven Spielberg's version of War of the Worlds. In theaters back in 2005, starring Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning, and Tim Robbins.
We're playing Sunset is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
When you first began to sit down to talk about the War of the Worlds, that thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
We don't do it. You're doing it. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen. I want you to close your eyes, okay? Okay. Closed? There you go. Bobby, get in. Get in.
As we exit the War of the Worlds crash site, we'll come out into an area called Falls Lake. Its main feature is a giant blue backdrop that happens to be the largest freestanding backdrop in all of Hollywood. You see it off the right, a little behind us there. It is 200 feet wide and 50 feet high. Back in 2016, Tom Hanks was down in that area to work on Sully, where he played Captain Sullenberger and landed the U.S. Airways flight on the Hudson back in 2009.